right, moving on to the touchscreen. So at the top right here we have our this is sort of like our multi-information display here, so I have to keep changing the brightness. But what it's showing you is the time and the air temperature and a couple of widgets and things that you can change or will change based on your preferences. It also gives you weather and SiriusXM travel link information, which is attached to your maps. So you've got this full view map right here. This is in addition to your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So information up here, and then you've got your main touch screen in the middle part of the system. The home button brings you home every single time. People think it looks like an envelope, but it's really a house home button. And then you've got your maps, which brings you to a map system that will basically give you SiriusXM travel link updates for a year for free. And what that means is it'll reroute you based on traffic information. It's connected to SiriusXM satellites, so it knows when there's lots of traffic on the road. So that rerouting happens for 3 years for free. Any map updates can be updated for free during that time as well by connecting to a Wi-Fi source. All this information is online, but if you have any questions, you can always let me know. So if I go back to the home button, here's our radio. You'll have SiriusXM radio for 4 months for free, and you can program whatever stations you want here. So it can be SiriusXM, FM, and AM radio stations, and it's really easy to program. You just find your favorite station, 104.1, press and hold, and that programs the station. Super easy. If I go back to the home button, we've got our media. This is anything external, so Bluetooth, iPod, USB, but typically it's going to default to your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Back to the home button. Phone. So once we pair our cell phone, and I don't have a second cell phone to show you, but I can show you this when we do our initial delivery, how to pair the cell phone and what the benefits are of doing that. So we'll not pair our cell phone right now. We've got some apps. Honestly, this is just going to be whichever phone you connect to. My Subaru and that SiriusXM travel link that I was talking to you about before. My Subaru is really the owner's website. The app that we have is called Subaru Starlink, and they're kind of the app that you use is My Subaru. SiriusXM Starlink app is actually kind of inactive, so it's not doing anything anymore. So if you see that app, it's just My Subaru app that you want uploaded. And then here's the settings for the car, and there's a lot of different settings, and we'll try to get a few of these settings set up tomorrow, or on Monday rather. So here is the car information, and these are the main ones that we're going to want to dig into, like how you want your keyless access to behave, and then setting up your driver monitoring system, which is this camera up top, scans your face to make sure you're paying attention to the road. So those are the big ones that we'll tackle on Monday. There's a few quick shortcuts. So this goes to settings in the car, just like we saw, except for there's like fewer of them. It's really specific stuff, how to turn on and off auto vehicle hold or vehicle dynamics control. And it's like, what are all these features? So there's a lot to talk about. We'll try to get you as much information right away as possible, but just know that we'll probably go through a second appointment with our delivery specialist to get more information on any of these things to be set up. But the biggest thing that I want to show you is driving assistance, how to turn off your pre-collision braking or your lane departure warning, which is right here. So back to our quick shortcuts. We had that vehicle tab. We've got our home tab, brings us back to the home screen. Then we have a quick way to be able to get into your cell phone or any other cell phone devices that you have paired. And then down here, we also have this little bust, which is a profile. So if you have several drivers, you can set up several driver profiles and attach them to certain personalized settings within the vehicle. Then down on the very bottom, this is going to be your HVAC system. So right here, you've got your ventilated seats and your heated seats. Same thing on the other side. And notice you have a quick way to change the temperature settings. So you can hit these buttons. This is the passenger, this is the driver, and you can see that it changes what's happening down here. See that? Pretty cool. So quick way to turn on and off the system by hitting the on-off button. And then if we want to change any of the modes, which are all the venting options, you can see there's a way to use the different vents. Maybe you want the feet and the defrost. So quick ways to be able to do that stuff is within here. And then you also have a slider to change the actual temperature instead of hitting a button. But it's nice that we have these quick buttons while you're driving, so you don't have to go into your touch screen and putz around. So just know that you have those. This is your rear setting. So this is how you set up the rear setting for the HVAC system. And you can also lock this out, so if there's little people that you want to like not allow them to putz with the temperature controls, you can actually adjust those things. So you can see the different modes, the temperature, what kind of fan is happening, and the way to lock it. So that's your rear settings. There's also a way to turn it off, rear off. And also AC, I highly suggest having this on. This isn't air conditioning, it's condenser, so it takes the moisture out of the air. A lot of times you'll see it happen under the right front tire. You'll see when you drive out of a spot, you know, condensation, and that is literally just from the air conditioning condenser. It's taking the moisture out of the air. Couple more hard keys. We've got our way that we can turn on our rear defrost and our front defrost. And then on the side here, we have our audio tune, so how you can tune into the right radio station for yourself. Up here, we've got, this would be our hazard button. And then if you go to the rear view mirror, there's a couple of things that you can set up here. These would be the home link buttons. If I push this toward me, this little thing right here, this turns on our camera, so that smart rear view camera that we have. And you can actually change and adjust the settings on this vehicle, the camera. So if you want the camera angle to change from side to side, maybe up and down for whatever you might be trailering or whatever's back there when you're parking, that's the benefit of this smart rear view camera. And then down here, we've got our button to turn on the front view camera. So let me show you what that looks like. And then it kind of gives you a view over the top of everything that's happening with the vehicle. Isn't this beautiful? I think it's even better than our all-electric vehicle. The view is amazing. Maybe it's just because we don't have any cars next to me. But anyway, this shows us the view of where we are parked. We've got our electronic parking brake and some USBs and things to be able to charge. I think the last thing I want to show you up here is your emergency and your roadside assistance. Once we get this connected for you, you'll be able to see a green light, and that'll let you know that those are connected. And then to open and close the shade, this pushes the shade back toward us, so I'm pushing toward the front. And if I want to push it back, this would be for the window shade. If I want to push it back, I just go back toward the window shade, and that'll start to open. Does the same thing for the moonroof. You push it back, it'll open. Push it toward you, that closes. So those are some basics that we need to get set up in the vehicle. But like I said, when I see you on Monday, we can make sure we get the cell phone paired and hit anything else that we haven't already done today. Enjoy the videos. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.